Hello and welcome to Jorge Prospector and the Prospect Chase Box Coffee and Rip episode. Midweek. I can't even talk. Midweek episode. This time coming at you live from my hotel room in DC. We've got a special guest joining us, Carlos. He liked it so much that he wanted to come back.
I appreciate you having me back. It must not have gone that bad if I'm back.
Is this good or is this better? I kind of like that better, but it's up to
that
you.
that works. That works for me.
How are you, my friend?
Overall, really good. It's hump day, so waiting for Tops Now cards to drop sometime in the next half an hour. I'm assuming. So far so good, but it's kind of
Are
a
we expecting a Shohei Ohtani 118 exit velocity card?
that's what everybody's waiting for, right? See if there's a special perk. Maybe there's a base relic. He touched second base or something.
Jesus.
But
I submitted my request to be in the copy of the card, reporting live. It's funny. So I was in the game. For those that are not in our Discord group, I was at the game. I'm actually going to the game today after my last meeting. And I'm getting to many tangents. I'm sorry, but this episode is going to be full of tangents. I may go on a mini live once at the ballpark because I will be during BP. I gotta get Carlos over here so I can hook him up with BP access. I will be on the field, so I may do a little side. I don't know if it's a short or a live or whatever. A little bit later on. But anyways, I was at the game yesterday and I was texting at the moment that he hit that homer, and I immediately knew it was a home run. Just here, I didn't even look up. I was texting someone and talking to my friend on the side. I'm like, yeah, that's a homer. Who hit it? And it's like, dude, it's Shohei. I'm like, what?
But like you said, it's more you can hear it, right?
You can. I had good seats, so I was close to home plate. I could. I'm telling you, I was literally texting. I wish I would have been able to. I was seeing it at the moment, but I heard it. The knock, the sound of the bat. It's unique.
It's just different when it's a major league player, especially of that caliber. It's just
and at that exit velocity, it was I was like, okay, that's a homer. What's up? Oh, Shohei.
Yeah.
Damn it, I missed it. And it was I immediately look at the right fielder. That's my first tail immediately, and the right field didn't even turn. So I was like, yeah, that's gone. It was fun. I recorded, so I immediately went to my video and I recorded him
trotting the bases,
trotting from third to home. That's it.
What is that experience like though? The pre-field, on field for the batting practice. Do you get to see just the Nationals taking?
If I get there, usually home team does BP first, and visiting team does after. No, you can as soon as the BP is open. You if you get there early, you get to see BP visiting team anyone you see, and it's a pretty cool thing. You're pretty close.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
I never can get there early enough to actually see meaningful people hitting. I usually get to just for the Nats, I usually don't get to see them. I get to see the visiting team a little bit, but honestly, it's kind of like luck of the draw because sometimes teams just skip it, or they have a very shortened version of it. They don't even do it during flyaway games. So this is not a flyaway game. This is the middle game. So they should be having full-on BP. I don't know if Shohei comes out. I imagine. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try to get there, I don't know, semi-decently early because I don't really care much about the Nats watching MVP. But, man, if I could get a glimpse of Shohei, that would be –
yeah, that'd be neat,
That would be amazing. And speaking of Shohei, so that card should come out soon. I'm thinking about, because I was at the game, I'm thinking about maybe getting a 5-pack or something, and just giving it away to people I was hosting yesterday, just as a little treat.
Yeah, circle back moment. That'd be
cool, hey, you were at this game, right? Maybe even get it graded or something. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. Do they put the date on the label? No, right?
Not the label, but the card itself should have.
The card has it, right? Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing that. And those cars are nice usually, right? They're like tens and shit, probably.
So that's the one. That's the one huge benefit to these the Tops Now cards. Now, even the bundles of the base cards, they grade really really well. You know, I know
Yeah.
there's some folks in our Discord who have had some good success with the PSA 10s as of late.
And pristines, even like black labels and stuff, right?
BGS black labels, yeah, which is awesome as well. You
That's
know.
crazy. If you get a good enough a good enough like moment, right? That's worth um celebrating whatever. It's nice to have that black label. I'm sure that goes for good money. Um
Yeah, yeah. Or if you're lucky enough to hit a parallel, right? So
so I think I will get a 5 pack of that card. Yeah, if they come out with it, who knows? We're speculating, but so Tops Now, huh? It's an important week. Tell us why.
it's an important Tops Now week, especially if you're a platinum member. So once a year, Tops holds what they call the Platinum Summit. They actually fly out the Tops Platinum members, and to our knowledge, there's between 45 and 50 current members. And that's if you spend, two things. You have to be one, a big spender, close to $100,000 or more, and you have to be invited. So it's got to be certain criteria. As we are well aware, there was one member in particular in the past who was not invited back this year. So
Okay.
there's some kind of metrics that you have to meet or be in good graces with Tops. But it's pretty cool. They fly you out for the game. In this case, it happens to be the Oakland A's and the New York Yankees, and they hook you up with a suite where things are provided, and you get your welcome bag essentially, and it's a Tops Platinum members backpack full of goodies. Usually, a signed ball, and
Yeah.
if you're lucky enough, you get these additional perks. So looking forward to see our fellow Tops Platinum members what they get this year.
When they go out all out with like autos from a player or whatever, is it like mostly just his stuff or a myriad of folks, myriad of
No,
players?
usually it's one subject auto, right? So like
Okay.
last year, I've seen Vlad Guerrero Jr. be the subject auto, and then prior to that was Pete Alonso. So depends on where they're at and who they're playing against. But again, it's a cool perk to have for sure.
Oh,
And
because it's tied up to the. Is it at Yankee Stadium?
this year it's at Yankee Stadium. Yeah,
Ooh, are they playing today? They have to be,
they
right?
have to. Yeah, today's it. So I believe it's the Oakland A's. That's who they've been playing the
Oh,
last
okay.
2 days. So yeah, not the best.
Cheap. These cheap MFers.
Yeah, but I'm not a big Oakland A's fan. I've never been. I'm a crosstown rival, right? The San Francisco Giants. But I'm excited for their new future home because being here in the Sacramento area now, I'm
Sure,
gonna
you're
get
gonna
a
be
chance
right
to see.
there.
Yeah, my office is only a few blocks away from the AAA Sacramento
Right,
Rivercats
right, right.
Stadium. So I'm looking forward to seeing those teams come into town because that'll be pretty neat to see up close and personal like that going forward.
That's gonna be amazing for
So yeah,
you.
nice
I
little
hadn't even
perk.
made the connection.
Yeah,
That's
nice little
amazing.
perk. So
I have somewhere to visit to go check out the new stadium.
yeah,
I'm knocking my list down of stadiums. I'm at 15 or 16 of the 30.
oh nice.
And little exclusive here for the one watcher we may have. Lowe's and I are gonna hit up and cross one of my. Well, actually, no. I've been to that one already. We are gonna do a stadium visit soon. More details to come. Awesome players to go check out. But I have been to that stadium, but I don't mind going again, especially for the reasons we're going. So that's gonna be kind of cool in a couple of weeks, maybe. Not confirmed. But I also have planned a few visits to other stadiums I haven't seen this year. I think I have a planned visit to Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City. And it's not confirmed, but Fenway. I haven't been to Fenway. It's funny. I've been to many stadiums. I haven't been to like the marquee ones. Like I haven't been, I mean, it's been to some, but I've been to the old Yankee Stadium. I don't think I've been to the new one, but that's also coming later this year. But I haven't been to Fenway. I haven't been to Wrigley Field. And what else haven't I haven't?
Those are two of the big ones, Wrigley and Fenway that I haven't been to either, but that I'd love to go one day, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely on the bucket list to get to those two.
And I have connections to both cities, especially Boston. So I'm really surprised I haven't been. But yeah, we should do that. I want to turn this community. I mean, it's a slow process. But of scaling up. But one of the things I want to do with this channel as we grow is I want to give this is really ambitious. I'm just saying, this is the goal. That's not what happen. But I want to give Fanatics a run for its money. I want the prospect chase box to become like a fan experiential type of thing, where like we grow and we're big enough so that we can actually do experiences and events at a ballpark, meetups, trip for community members, leverage some of that access that I have to the benefit of the members, and do like some type of, again, experiences more than just product. Just have it be. I think a community is all about the experience, right? With each other rather than a product.
Oh, for sure.
So hopefully I get to grow this to a point where like people want to meet up or do events together or what have you. Kind of similar to what the Mets have in the 7 line, which is a group of maniacs that travel to see a group of like 1,000 maniacs who travel with the team to go see. They've been everywhere. They've been to Oakland too, and the Giants Stadium. I think they've been to AT&T Park. Is it still called AT&T Park, or is it called?
No, now it's known as Oracle Park.
Oracle, okay.
It's whoever's got the most money to line the sponsorship, I guess, right? But again, it was just voted on one of the Instagrams I was just watching, #1 park again. And it's a cool place to visit if you haven't been to it. I know you and I have been to it many times. But it reminds me also of the PNC, Pittsburgh, where they play at. Aesthetically, I'd love to visit that one just because it reminds me of the Oracle ballpark.
It's also on my checklist, and I'm also surprised I haven't been there. They have an amazing statue of my favorite player, Roberto Clemente, outside, and you get to go to the Roberto Clemente State Museum.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. So again, that's one of the experiences that I know some of the families, so I can hook up something. I can hook some things up.
Well, maybe that's one of the Chase things that you offer going forward, right? I know you do your exclusive packs, and sometimes you offer like the hot
ticket, yeah.
Well, maybe,
but it would be. I mean, ideal, yes. But maybe that could be like the one person that gets to go at it for free or something, or
something like that. Willing to pay their airfare, but you hook them up with a ticket and access to
right.
Cool,
Yeah, we could do something like that. I kind of want to get momentum. Todd says, "What's going on, Todd?" Todd says, "Get to KC. It's gonna happen. It may happen sooner than you expect because I'm trying to go. Why was I trying to go?
Well, you and I were considering visiting that.
Oh yeah, for the Julio, for the Mariners series.
Upcoming.
But there are other series that also come, like the Yankees, for example. The Yankee series would be hot. That would be lit to go to see Juan Soto. I think they also played mid-June. Todd, correct me if I'm wrong. Do they play there in August or June? I forget. But they obviously go there at least once. Not at least once a year. I want to say June or August. One of the two. That would be kind of cool to go check that out. I'm guessing Kansas City in the summer is crazy hot, Todd.
They got good barbecue though.
So tell us exactly what month to avoid scheduling a trip to Kansas City. I've been to Kansas City. I don't know if Todd knows this. I've been to Kansas City for work. Shoot, I want to say 2014 or 2013. I think it was 2014. I think Kansas City was my airport, and I had to drive all the way to Salinas. Todd, is that accurate? Salinas? But it was Kansas. It wasn't Missouri. It was Kansas. So not the same. I get it, but the same weather. It wasn't the summer, though. I hear that the summer is ridiculously hot. Yeah, Salinas. Is it Salinas or Salinas? Salinas, right? I think it's Salinas. But
if it's Kansas City, I think it's Salinas. Salinas is the one in California.
It's funny because there's also a Salinas in Puerto Rico. There's many Salinas. Salinas, yeah. It's hot. It's hot. Avoid July and August. Yeah, so let me know. Let us know when the Yankees are in town, because the Yankees would be a nice draw. The only bad thing, the only downside to that is that it would probably be one of the most expensive series to go to get like a thing going, a group thing going, or a suite or something. Um, so yeah,
So the Shohei card dropped. Smash's hardest hit home run in Dodgers Statcast history.
I knew it.
There you go. You know, and what's interesting is that his cards. So Topps increased their pricing for rookie dynamic pricing on the
Yeah.
base cards, but like someone like Shohei, his cards are still the $89.99 for the 20 card pack. So which is good. You know, at least they're
Is but the price for the one card is still up, right? Or was it
$8.99.
always $9?
No, again, I'm not a big fan of buying the base cards, but I want to say they increased the price for base cards.
Yeah.
So June, it looks like the Yankees will be there in June 10th through the 13th.
There you go. That's why I said June or August. June. Okay. Let me put a pin on this shit. I'm definitely getting a 5-pack. I know that Carlos is gonna hook me up with the coupon. I'm out of coupons. I think I have. I've used them all on. I don't even know what. To be honest, maybe the Shohei cards that I skunked. Did you get any Shohei rookie thing?
I'm not a big fan of chasing the parallels or the base cards, you know, but I have, right. Caitlin Clark, Shohei, and then I just get stuck with the base parallel or the base cards. Like
yeah, but you sell those, right, for a few bucks.
I don't. I don't know. It's just not worth my time for me and my effort, you know, for those. But yeah, we'll have to find something.
I mean, they're worth submitting if you have like another, you know, like other cards you're submitting, and just slide them in there because you know they'll likely make sense. By the way, why can't I mean I know there must be margin reasons, but why can't Top make every card the Topps Now card? Like, why does that QC, like, why can't that place that makes them, why can't they have the contract for all major, at least like the nice releases, right? The Chrome Update or Chrome Sapphire or like I'm just, I don't understand. I would love, even if we won't, if there's no change, I would love to understand why. If they could be transparent with like, hey, it's because it costs this much, or like they don't have the capacity to.
So that's one of the things that I didn't mention earlier, but for the Platinum Summit, they actually get to submit a list of questions, but most of the questions pertain to Topps Now products.
Yeah.
But there's also those conference industry meetings that they do every year also, that it gives a chance for people who are in marketing and who have kind of like a role in their marketing reach, for a chance for them to ask questions also, right? And that's where they've kind of identified certain products that they're discontinuing moving forward. But I wish that there was more transparency, right, in terms of questions that are asked. And again, I think somebody from the Platinum Group will share anonymously, right, what was asked and some of the research that's done. But you're right. Why is the QC so good as of late on the Topps Now card? But you know, when it comes to some of the other mass-produced products, it drops off significantly.
And we say as of late, but back then maybe people weren't submitting that many of them back in 2015, 16, 17, whenever. But it does seem to me that quality has been always pretty consistent, pretty good.
Yeah, I know there's a few folks in the Topps Now group who have been longtime Topps Now collectors who are just now submitting or had recently submitted some cards from 15, 16.
And they're not getting
rookie years. Oh no, and they are. They're coming back as 10s, you know. So
I have one of my prize PC, not really PC, prize set or collection of cards is I have about 60 to 80, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. About 60 to 80 Shohei rookie Topps Now cards. And because I mean Topps printed a lot of rookies for him, both the American and the, what's they call it? Kenji, whatever it's called in Japanese.
Kanji. Yeah.
Whatever it's called, versions of the card. I have about 80 of those cards that I bought at some point. And not from Topps. I just bought them from someone. and I've gone through them, not with a microscope, and not with like, not like I haven't prepped them for grading, but they're on my upgrade potential box because 80% of them are like nice, like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth submitting at some point and sitting on
Oh, it's
those again.
well, for specials, it's worth for sure.
And at the end of the day, they're Otani rookie cards, right?
The Otani rookie cards.
But you said something to me and it perked my interest because you said prepping, right? I don't know if you saw or not, but there's a gentleman who sells a product, clean cards, and he recently got popped by PSA. They
I'm aware of the controversy.
Decertified that. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
because again, it's like what defines altering a card, and his big card was a Jackie Robinson rookie card that got decertified recently. So
I think it was a marketing play on his end to like. I mean, it couldn't have been and what I mean is because he didn't block the hologram thing, so it made it
easy.
He went live and didn't block the certification or the way to see what cards he has. So obviously PSA saw that, and when he went to all the cards that he owned and declassified them or decertified them or whatever it's called, the term, he may have been just like trying to be a disruptor and like I don't care, like it's because who knows? It may be. I mean, in his I don't care attitude, he may bring more people in, right, as a marketing play. Like, hey, whatever, I don't care. Like I'll submit him again under someone else or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting, like how it unfolds moving forward, right? And then a crossover to that when we're talking about grading cards. At one point BGS was going to start, and Beckett, they were going to start getting rid of the 9.5s.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, based on the feedback they got, they just put out a statement last week that they're actually going to be keeping their grading standard. So.
It's just that's the ultimate. Their conundrum is that they need to decide, and I'm sure you know this. They have their conundrum is that they have to either please their people that own their cards, or the people going forward, the market going forward, right? And it's a fine balance because they need both. I don't know the numbers, right? I'm not privy to that, but I would probably have chosen otherwise, right? Because I think in future it's not. I mean, these generations want what they want, and there's a way where you can migrate. It takes time, but there's ways you can migrate those 9.5s or whatever to 10s. It's a lengthy process, yes, and you're gonna have to absorb some cost. But I think the pros of like what you're gonna be getting for and how you can compete effectively with PSA going forward with offering 10s. The new people in the hobby want 10s, and that's where the money's at. And the collectors are going to collect what they have, and if they like your slab and they like whatever and they like the subgrades, they'll stay with you. It just I don't know. I think it's short-sighted. Let's just put it that way, because I can already see myself in that room and be like, hey, this is going to cost too much money to cross all these cards and get them in new slabs. And we're going to see an avalanche. And some people will get mad. I'm like, if you're going to compete, that's what it takes. Otherwise, stay in third place.
It's so hard because, I'm aware of there's newer grading companies out there that offer, whether it's custom slabs or they even give you a detailed report of what was wrong with the card, right? Which I think I love the transparency in that regard, especially if it's a PC item. You just want it protected going forward, right? Not necessarily caring about the grade. But for me, I get asked a lot because of the access of cards that I have coming and going, whether the autographs or relics. I tend to tell people, if you want the biggest bang for your buck and for the longevity of the profit wise, you're going to submit to PSA, because that's what the public mass is going towards right now, right? If you want,
unless it's a thick card, thick cards, relics sometimes do better.
Hard to grade, to grade in general, right?
You probably get not sometimes. I think the data is there that you get better bang for your buck with Beckett, because it gets you a better grade, and the fact that the whole average of the subs indicates what the final grade is, and so I think more often than not, your final number score will be higher in BGS than PSA with relics, with thick cards.
Yeah, I got this. I was lucky enough to land one of the variants, right? So this is the Chuck Styles 40,000 point, but it's
Yeah.
a thick card, right? And so I've been
How thick is it?
it's
180?
100 no 130 130. And so
Okay.
it's like a Project 2020 Project 70 card.
Gotcha.
But I can't imagine that there's that many of these have been graded so far, but I've been hesitant because it is a thick card.
Yeah.
But again, even if it comes back as a 9, there probably isn't as many that have
But
been graded at this point.
if you send to Beckett and it gets 9.5 or whatever with good, I mean, your goal, you should be fine. You should get probably as good value as PSA. And if it doesn't, then crack it
Crack and resubmit, yeah.
or leave it, because if it doesn't, then you know that you'll be, if they gave it a poor-ish or less than you were expecting grade, then PSA is definitely going to give you a less than expected grade.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a coin flip, you know. Like when
Yeah.
I've submitted cards, I've scanned and looked at myself and think it's going to do fairly well. Then you come back unpleasantly surprised, right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. So that's interesting. What were we talking about submitting? Yeah. So PSA, the whole controversy that do the Kurtz cards thing. I don't know, man. I'm okay with touching up some cards and like with our friend that does that and make sure they're like nice and no print lines, or try to remove some of the faint ones. But I'm not messing around with no soaking and no like no shoe polish thingy,
humidor and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's
I'm like,
right? Yeah.
I mean, because this is where I'm at. I'll be okay with testing that on a $50 card, but like I wouldn't, putting some that, let's call it shoe polish for lack of a better word. I don't know if I feel confident putting that stuff on a Bobby Witt auto, rookie or something color.
Who knows what would happen a couple months from now if it would disappear or lighten up the auto itself, or potentially damage the car long term.
You don't know, and so this guy may be whatever weekend festival scammer thing, and like the product is good for 3 years, and then joke's on you.
Yeah, disappearing ink.
Like all cars go to shit and in 4 years and disintegrate.
Right,
before your eyes.
Yeah, it's something that
which would be brilliant, by the way.
I know it's something that I'm careful with the FAPs, right? The fine artist prints, or some of the prints I've received from some of the artists themselves. The original prints, so they have their autographs are in pencil rather than like a pen or a marker. But I'm always very cautious of where I place them in my office that they don't get direct sunlight. Right. And same thing too with some of these on-card autographs I have. I am just because, again, I've seen too many stories in the past where
I saw a video that the guys at Spitballing Cards. Have you seen that YouTube channel?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Spitballing. Wait, sorry, or Blabbing About Slabbing, I think it is. There's a YouTube channel that they have a few solid, hobby folks on it. They got Filmington, they've got Scotty from Scotty B, and a few other folks, Chris and Jeff from Blabbing About Slabbing. And I think this channel is called Spitballing or Card Spitballing, something like that. And they have an episode talking about that specific issue about like the whole issue about grading and storage. How do you store an auto and all that stuff? It's quite a concern. I have most of my signed stuff is balls, and I've gravitated. So initially, before I knew much about how to like properly care for or whatever, I used to had sign, like this is in person, right? I have in-person autographs. I usually went the Sharpie route because I thought that was everyone that was how you got ball signed. And I've now come to know that they're fine if you have the proper storage conditions for it. If you put it in a sock or like freaking like in your, in your drawer with moist and like humidity and whatever, like I have a Carlos Correa autograph ball from when he was a rookie back in Puerto Rico. That is now like a faded Sharpie scribble. And I'm like, okay, that's great. At least I have a actual photograph that he signed and gave in a package to some donors or whatever. And I have that. I should get it like framed or something. At least I have that. But I also have other randoms. I have like an Orlando Cepeda from your boys, the Giants. I have
Yeah,
Orlando
yeah.
Cepeda autograph that I got somewhere. I forget where I got it. I ran into him or something. I happened to have a ball. It was like one of those little league balls, whatever, those cheap balls, but it's something. But anyways, now I gravitated more. So most recently, I got some autos at a Players Union event. Pudge. I know Pudge now, so if I can, I could probably get a better one. But he did Sharpie, but he inscribed it in a Hall of Fame 2017, everything. But it's in a Sharpie, blue Sharpie. However, that one I've kept in a nice little glass case or whatever. So that one has aged beautifully. That one
Well,
hasn't faded. But then I now know that it's better to use the ballpoint pen, I
yeah,
guess,
there's a certain brand, and I think Topps now uses it for their Stadler or Stedler is a very
Mhm.
popular autograph pen
For
um,
balls.
for balls and the cards themselves
Okay.
as well. But
Is it a
again,
ballpoint pen or
it's a ballpoint pen,
okay?
and hopefully as technology improves, right, and UV cases are becoming a thing now for both cases for cards and cases for balls moving forward. There's
Okay.
some additional protection going forward, so that we
Okay.
can keep them and display them. Because again, some of these things you want to display, you want them hanging out
Yeah.
at the home office or the
Yeah.
bedroom or the man
I
cave,
have a
So
few. Yeah. I bought so I have ballpoint nice pens, ballpoint autos that I've bought specific cases for Jackson Holiday and Julio. Those are my two encased kind of things that I'm protecting. No rhyme or reason. They just one I won when one of those David
yeah. David
Bonanza
Replicate.
things.
Yep.
And the other one, I think I won both in those Bonanza things. So, and then I have like a Beltron one in a pen and some random other people. But I want to get a Bobby. So I'm hoping this little trip
Yeah. I'm looking
lances a
forward to that.
possible Bobby too. Bobby, I'm missing a Bobby.
Yeah, you got me thinking about like which teams I'd like to go out and see and who would be visiting. You and I were coming up with a list of options, right? The potential options for future visits to stadiums and who would you want to see coming into town. And again, like Bobby and Julio are two guys that are I'd love to see during the same game, right? Or so Juan Soto and X, right? Like
Yeah.
there's certain whether it's the teams that are
Yeah.
coming or just because of certain players, right? Otani and anybody else. It's
Well,
fun
we
kind of
got
thinking about
Bobby and
that.
Julio already maybe scheduled, penciled in. But have you checked if because now because of the balanced schedule, not you don't have a home and away series of every team, but it's just you get one, right? So when it's not in division, have you checked if the Yankees play there in San Francisco or is it at Yankee Stadium? Because you play him at one, you play him once, but it's either there or
Yeah, I have. I don't recall. I know that I thought the Giants were already there or were going to be there at some point.
mm,
It's usually a big thing because I know they have their own brass that flies
you-
out because of the history. It's in New York,
yeah.
So I don't recall
Let
off
me
the top
look
of my
it up.
head. Yeah,
I'm googling it right now. Yankees.
and Giant SF Giants.
When is this? Wait. No, it's at Oracle Park.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Memorial Day weekend.
Ah, so May. Okay.
And which is it's May 31st, right? Memorial Day?
It fluctuates. I thought it changed from year
Hold
to year,
on.
but I know it's in May.
Hold on. May 31st. Memorial Day would be what? The before, right? Yeah, the 27. So the weekend after Memorial Day, and that Friday they play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That I don't know why they're doing this because this is a popular series as is, but it's Willie Mays Black Barons Bubblehead Day,
Oh, okay.
Friday,
Interesting.
and they have a Lamonte Wade bubblehead on Sunday,
Lamont Wade. Yeah.
and a Players Aloha shirt on Saturday. That listen, let's talk offline because this if I'm here, if I'm home, um,
Yeah, Saturday game would be a good fun
but I
day
want
to
to say I
go.
have something. Although that's my son's and my weekend birthday thing.
Yeah, we'll talk
We
offline, see
may,
if it works.
But man, yeah, you're right. And then also like other players that may want to visit, you can see Shohei anytime you want. They play like gazillion times, I imagine.
Yes, they do.
They play a few times. Um, so that's it. Julio. I mean, I want to see the Orioles too. I'm gonna get to see them, I think, at some point. Um, but that's also a worth. I don't know when they come to, if they come to San Francisco. That's also worth checking out.
Yeah, but it's been a rough for those rookies, highly touted rookies. Been a rough start for
Yeah,
both
but
those
they'll be
guys,
fine, dude. If
Yeah.
anything, honestly, if I had money, I would be buying Jackson Holiday cards left and right if they're dipping in value. I'm not sure they have been because people are so locked in. All those prices are baked in, and I'm not sure people want to let them go.
Yeah, I think there was a little spike to begin the season because of the cachet that was coming out and the fact that he was potentially going to make the opening day roster.
Yeah.
But I think prices have kind of settled to where they are now. But yeah,
I don't think people are letting them go because they're too they got him. Most people got him high,
yeah, they're too invested in them at
and
this
they're
point,
too
right?
they're too locked in, and they don't. It makes no sense. The only way, and the cars really won't really dip unless he get unless he gets demoted, which
Right.
I don't see them doing because at this point, like they threw them in there because they want the benefits of him winning the rookie of the year or being to finalist to whatever for the compensation draft picks and whatnot that come with it. Like it makes kind of no sense unless he's really hurting your team, like really bad. It makes no sense to demote him because then you lose the opportunity for him to get on that track.
And you have him right now currently batting 8th or 9th. So
Yeah,
again, you're not expecting a lot of production from those spots
right.
anyways. But if he gets hot, then it's just
And he
it's a
will.
bonus.
He
Yeah,
will.
it's
We
just
all
a
saw
matter
that
of time.
stat that Cal Ripken and Ken Griffey and whoever, they all started really cold, and
Yeah.
like three other more stars. Like he'll be fine. He's got the
It ha-
pedigree. I'm not
well,
concerned.
it happens to everybody. I mean, look at Julio. He started out season
Yeah,
really cold, and
that's
all of a
another
sudden
player that
he's just
I'm.
turned it on.
I-
So
That's another player that I'll say it here to my chagrin. I guess I'm looking to see. I'm looking to acquire maybe some cards of his that I've been eyeing for a while. I'm looking to get maybe one of those SPs. Um, I'm looking at, but they won't go down. Some of them won't go down. Like I'm looking at the downtowns
oh yes, yeah.
from his rookie year, and they still don't come down that much.
Well, and again, things have gotten the path to MVP, right? American League has kind of been more wide open now that Otani's changed conferences, right, and leagues.
Yeah,
It's now wide open now in American League, So I think people are holding on to those cards because of the potential.
I'm looking to acquire some. I think I missed the boat on getting more Bobby Witt. So what I have been investing in it's sealed waxed from those products. 22 Topps update. I'm starting to load up. The thing is, it's keeping back up in price. I'm trying to get prices for that sealed wax because a lot of that hot parallel action is still in there, right? Whether it be autos, whether it be the black, whether it be Mother's Day, Father's Day, the platinum hasn't been pulled, or at least hasn't surfaced. Bobby Julio has surfaced. The 101, someone it's been pulled. I think. If I'm not speaking out of my ass, I think I'm right. But the Bobby hasn't surfaced, so and he's having a good season.
Yeah, and it's fun that he's collecting his own cards too. He's one of the ones that are
right.
Out there showing his collection off, which is pretty fun to see.
Yeah. So that seal wax will continue to go up. So that's the approach. But I'm looking for Julio for good prices on Julios because I think people are sleeping.
How are you acquiring the wax when you do? Is it like through eBay, through Facebook?
I mean, I monitor the eBays and whatnot, but sorry, not whatnot. I don't do whatnot. I can't say that now. Man, helicopter flying like very close to my hotel. That's crazy. Very low to the ground too. What was I saying? Wax. But no, like distributors networks or just contacts within distributor contacts within hobby or trench coat guy, whatever, like Striker likes to say. Like just some dudes that have access to sealed cases and they don't mind opening them up or what have you. So But it's not easy, man, because what's happening now, and this is particularly true of new product. Tops, it's squeezing all the margins.
Yeah, yeah.
Like tight. So some of these folks that usually would be okay, like, yeah, I'll open a case and sell some boxes to some folks, pay some favors, this and that. Now, like, they used to be able to do that with you and still, profit a good 60, $70. But now, like, Top Fanatics is squeezing them hard. And there's no, like, they don't get to buy a product at discount no more, or like not significant discount.
Yeah, they're getting it at retail, which means at retail
They're getting
now,
squeezed
right?
hard.
Yeah.
And so, which makes sense because Fanatics just wants to own that. Fanatics just wants to sell themselves Amazon style, or have those touch point Best Buy experiential LCSs where people can go, and it's like it's an experience, like the new Atlanta shop, and like Burbank, and they want experience / like come break with us and spend money, so they want those two extremes. They have no love and no interest in Carlos distributor middleman shop,
Yeah, they're definitely cutting that part out for sure,
because they don't. I mean, I get it. Like those middlemen, if you will, don't really contribute anything to them, especially now that they have the bandwidth to distribute nationally. They have the scale for it. And then if you're not a experiential kind of like face of the company or face of the brand storefront, then why? Like, what's the benefit? Like, what?
Right.
I'm just like it's like I'm employing you for what? Why am I getting you return?
They definitely they've done it right from a business perspective and a business
it just
model.
sucks.
It's just for the everyday.
Well, it sucks because it's a monopoly,
right?
That we've talked about, because they are the gatekeepers, and if they say $1,000, it's $1,000.
Yeah.
And some of us, not me, sometimes you, but not many times you will be okay. I'll pay it. Or only you if you get someone to pay double it.
Exactly. If I can get my hands on something that somebody else is willing to pay me to get for them, then I'll do my best to do that, to acquire that product.
We went longer than we initially intended to. So Carlos, thank you. Stay tuned for maybe a little 1-minute live later on. And that does it for episode 51. Thank you so much, Los, to stepping in, and let's make this somewhat of a regular thing.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good one. Enjoy.
All right, later.
Bye.
Prospector out.